Hello and welcome to my stream. My name is Little and today we are going to continue Homestuck. We are really into the meat of Act 5, Act 2 now. And, well, a lot of characters died the last time. We are currently looking at a character with green blood. Who could that be, We will find out. Gemsy versus Whisker, yeah, they were all, there was like 3 trolls were having a standoff. Let's look at the next page. Whoa, this is very fast. Pepping. It's Kanaya, she wasn't dead at all. Oh my god, I love she's kicking when the balls and there's a honk. I think I need to get the clown honk out again. Let me open up a new window. There it is. Okay, let's honk. Hello, Stag. What a picture to come into, what? Okay, let's continue. Oh, the Kanaya is kinda glowing. Even more honks, this time they are going so drawn out honks. I don't think I can find this on YouTube. Hello, Harry. Whisker's just, she cannot understand what happens there. Her what the fuck face, just a what the fuck face. Hello, Kanaya, you're still glowing. She deserved that. She very much deserved that. These are good pages. Kicks them all, Kanaya. Oh, and are we done? He has a face like, oh god, I fucked up so much. She's snapping it, right? Debunked! She's even debunking it! Because she's a science wizard, so she's debunking the science behind it. Oh god, I love this. No, he really has fucked up. He has fucked up a lot. I have the feeling she's glowing even more. Although she has her chainsaw out now, so this will get bloody. Yeah, told it. But he deserved that as well. And he's dead. Shades. Decent. Also aqueous shades. This will take a while until they are there. And the chainsaw becomes a lipstick again. And of course it will be used. This is a Kanaya thing. Oh, she's licking the blood off her lips. I can't read what's in there, it's too tiny. Oh. She's starting to fall in love. Oh, Whisker, what's happening here? We unlocked a new album. But I don't want to check it out now. But we are getting to be Jack Noir now, but it was just getting interesting. You are now Jack Noir. You have just murdered an innocent family. What will you do? Oh yeah, it's pretty clear who these are when you look at the props around them. John's dad and Rose's mom have become victim to Jack Noir. Jack, as a surprise, immediately. You begin claiming trophies to celebrate your magnificent triumph over the defenseless loving couple. The man's head suits you perfectly. It is plain and serviceable. Yes, it looks so good. The only way the look could possibly be improved is if it was blacker or bloodier. Even Whisker isn't immune to the inherent eroticism of blood licking. Yes, she isn't. Jack, take a prize from the lady. This beautiful scarf will look quite dramatic as you soar through the air, scrubbing the surface for new victims. It is finely crafted and the fabric is wonderfully soft. Your powerful noise detects perfume. The odor is pleasant. Wait, this pipe is great too. It makes you look dignified and thoughtful. Yes, this will be your trophy as well. Oh, he also has having little cow. Check trophy bitch. Yes, yes, all of the glorious trophies will belong to you. There is no possession of the fallen so trivial that it would not make a splendid adornment to your intimidating visage. Wait, no! This is in fact so very, very stupid. He's stomping it. This is no way for a killer of your elite profile to dress. Your rise to omnipotence has had a regrettable influence on your vanity, it seems. Have you forgotten the original grievance with frivolous attire that got you here? That's it. No more trophies. You are smearing of trophies forever. Probably. Hello, little Cal. Okay, you will keep one trophy, but only one. You can never stay mad at Cal. He is a true friend. The only you have ever known. God, you are so bored. Jack, sniff out new prey. I love how Jack is always putting the sword back into his stomach once he's done with killing. He's sniffing out John. It used to be that when you were bored with paperwork, you would go distract yourself by sharpening one of your favorite knives, or give your most disapproving scowls to a fenestrated wall to survive the kingdom, but those were simpler times. There is only one cure for boredom befitting a demigod, and that is more senseless killing. You consult your proud long snout for assistance with the hunt. You pick up the maddening scent of one of the young graveyard stuffers. You are sure it is the same one you slaughtered earlier, and yet his stench remains, confounding you from every direction. It is as if the breeze which carries it deliberately seeks to obfuscate the odor's origin. Your thoughts become more murderous with each blustery taunt. Jack succumbed to unfathomable bloodlust. There are a lot of snacks behind here. You are consumed by murderous thoughts and you prepare to embark on a killing spree to end all. Oh, for fuck's sake, you start thinking about dog things again. Why do bones have to be so delicious and enticing? Hello, Panda. Jack, suppressed source of unfathomable snossages. Snossages. Is it really a dog treat that's getting sold in the USA? You successfully suppress all sorts of delicious little webbed wieners and infuriating things like mail and its agents of delivery. But in the process, you awaken your deepest and darkest feelings of all. Feelings of loyalty? How completely despicable. But no, that is not quite all there is. Could it also be love? It must be. It is the only emotion that could possibly make you feel so utterly disgusted with yourself. So yeah, because Jack did fuse with Beck, who is Jade's pet, he's starting to feel his feelings for Jade, so well then, this will be very, very interesting. And that's surely why you couldn't go through with it. It looks like he almost killed her but didn't manage. You could not do it. You could not kill the girl. Yes, he couldn't. Jack, contact DD. You get that Draconian dignitary on the line. He asks what the hell you've been up to. You say it doesn't matter. You have a point of serious busyness to discuss with him. He makes sure you're remembering to keep the destructive impulses to a minimum. No more planet exploding or anything like that. You say, yeah. He says no point in securing power when there's nothing left to rule. You say you know, God, it's not the point. Lousy stupid dignitary, all keeping your murderous tendencies in check. He's the most terrible guy you almost kind of didn't despise completely. Let me drink something. Didi, listen to SS. It's a newspaper, look at this. You attempt to humor the Sovereign Slayer's demands diplomatically. There's a narrow line to walk between obeying the orders of a clear superior and blindly facilitating perfectly useless genocide. It takes a very savvy breed of psychopaths to pull it off. The Slayer is yapping about some girl, probably one of the young players who can no longer provide any serious threat to your rule. But he wants you to go kill her anyway. You ask why he doesn't go kill her himself. He says it's complicated. This guy, you swear. You tell him you are busy with things that actually matter, like running this kingdom on his behalf and all. Levying taxes, oppressing consorts, all the unpleasant chores he would never dirty his snout with. He says this is more important than any of that stuff. You say fine, just send the droll after her. There's a moment of radio silence. He says, you mean the courtyard droll? He wants to be sure this is the same droll you are talking about. You say yeah, what's the problem? He says, you mean the very same droll who couldn't manage the one simple task assigned to him to steal the White Queen's ring from the very same adoring wonderful girl and master and friend in question? Wait. He says he just means girl. Just girl. You didn't hear any of that. You don't say anything. He says fine, you win. Sick the stupid droll on her. What does he care? DD, contact, CD. You hit up the droll. The Slayer was right, this guy is clearly incompetent. Still, the only real objective here is to get him to stop breathing down your neck with his awful dog breath. Looks like the droll's on the battlefield. He says he's still looking for the Queen's ring. He says he made a new friend to help him with the search. But it is terribly breezy on this planet, and his new friend keeps blowing around, making the search more difficult. He says thank goodness he's not wearing one of his finer hats. It would be just dreadful trying to keep it on his head in such weather. You say you don't care about any of that stuff and tell him to shut up. CD, listen to DD. The dignitary is one of your superiors who makes you nervous. The list of superiors who make you nervous in fact includes all of your superiors. It includes many of your inferiors as well. Oh, he's having one of the bunnies with him. He tells you to forget the ring. You failed your mission and you are never going to find it. There's a new mission. You say, oh. He says yeah, and let go of the goddamn rabbit. You say okay, but don't actually let go. You say you will be happy to begin the new mission very soon. But first, there's this pretty blue tornado ahead you were meaning to investigate. Perhaps other locals it has attracted will know something about the ring. He says for the love of God will you forget about the tornado and the ring. You don't say anything and look longingly at the tornado again. He says fine, if you really must examine a meaningless and extraordinarily dangerous exhibit of meteorological phenomena, then go ahead, but be ready to embark on the mission not a moment later. You say alright and wonder what you should do to prepare. He asks if you have a good winter hat. You nearly drop the radio in excitement. Check, wait. Yes, it seems he's waiting. There are clouds. There, now that those wheels are in motion, you guess you can put your mind at ease for a while. You find nothing quite so troubling as the intrusion of a positive emotion. You are momentarily afforded the peace of mind to resume a dull, quiet life of semi-restrained murder. Maybe you will wait here and see if the boy shows up. It's reasonable to assume he will seek these adults. Certainly easier to let him come to you than follow an untraceable scent. Or maybe you will take a look inside this castle. Perhaps there are survivors here fit for the offering. You guess that could serve some amusement. You wonder if it will always be like this. What sort of future does a new god have to look forward to? Will this malaise follow you for eternity? Will you be perpetually tempted to destroy everything you see, knowing that in just a few moments of recklessness you will be left with nothing else to destroy forever? What will eternity feel like when a single moment of boredom feels like an eternity unto itself? You wish you could consult the clouds for answers, but they never show you anything. The reckoning can't wipe this place out soon enough. Be future Jack Noir. To make it even more confusing, huh? You are now future Jack Noir. My voice. Presently, you are trapped in a single moment, which increasingly feels like an eternity. Sorry. Your boredom is surpassed only by your all-consuming rage and contempt for existence itself. Hours ago, you entered an unfamiliar session. You killed 1,000 robotic assailants. You destroyed 12 planets with ease, methodically and cyclically, like a single stained hand of a defective clock smearing each number it passes. You reduced frostbite and dust to dust and murdered a whole bunch of alien kids in yellow and purple pajamas. Your warpath of absolute devastation had only begun to be blazed. They were still miles and bloody miles to send forth. But when the dust of Dur settled, this infuriating fairy appeared out of thin air and froze you in time. But she can't keep you like this forever. And when she finally lets you go, you will be ready. What will you do, aside from nothing? That is, checkmate. You attempt to be patient. You fail miserably. Be a radier. You are now the mate of time, recently resurrected from the crypt of Durs. Your name is Awww Magito, and for the first time in your life, you feel truly alive. You have just this is such a complicated word. You have just incapacitated Jack Noir with a spell, but a demon so powerful requires your full concentration to subdue. Hello, Lux. He will break free any moment. You may release him and die now, or you may continue to hold him and die later. What will you do, aside from die? That is, Awww, release him. Why am I so tired all of a sudden? She vanished. Can we see what happens there? It's really quick. Can't really see anything. Isn't this a green sun? You are done with dying. Soon, friends will arrive. They will need your help. And where is she flying now? Whose memory is this? Oh, a dream bubble. It appears to be yours, at least. That's how it begins. Awww, enter bubble. Look, so many bots of her. Wait a minute. And it's Cal again. This is not specifically your memory. It's hers. The memory of whom? Oh, look. Little Awww, so cute. Oh, is this also her losers? I think this is the first time we have ever seen it. She's checking out the meteor. With a whip? Yes, it's a whip. We have a lot of pictures to look at the moment, so I will linger on them a little more so we can take in the details. Hey, we know this. This structure is also standing on Jade's Island. It's Cal. Yeah, remember little Cal. This is not just an ordinary puppet. This is actually pretty important. Her face. Oh, she's looking. Oh, she's staring. Anyone else hears the Indiana Jones theme start playing? What's this? Oh, it's the wallet, and there are 2 capture cards. Oh my, she's so happy about the head. Awww, report discovery. Is she whispering to her younger self? Apocalypse with an AA began trolling twin Armageddon's TA. Oh, I can speak him with this lisp again because It's from the past. Solux, hey, watch up, AA. You will never guess what I just found, won't I? I doubt it. Or should the matching wound shade? Yes, how did you know? I don't know, just a word feeling. I feel like we had this conversation before and read what it was about. Yeah, me too. What do you think it means? Probably nothing, but no, not only does it feel like we had the conversation before, but it's going differently this time. So it's extra weird. Maybe your voices are involved. I don't know. Maybe yours are too. I don't hear goddamn thing. Do you? Wait. Yes, she's very quiet, so I can't tell what she's saying. Oh well, why don't we pretend there is no spooky paranormal phenomena going on just once and talk about what you wanted to talk about. Good idea, okay? Do you remember what we talked about regarding Kanaya's ruins shorter? I asked you for help in understanding the glyphs, I guess. Are you just being difficult or do you really not remember? I guess I don't find the whole mystery of the ruins as exciting as you, okay? Well, obviously, but I really appreciate your help anyway. Sure, how can I help then? Well, you said that you need another set of glyphs to make sense of them. You speculated that there might be another set of ruins. You even guessed they would be blue. It turns out you were right. Don't you think that is pretty cool? Oh yeah, I'm awesome about that for sure, but I can't shake the feeling these ruins are going to be nothing but trouble for us. But you say that about everything. That's because it's fucking true about everything. No, it's not. I did find some other neat things down here too. Which are strange but quite harmless and not foreboding in the least. Like what? Like this amazing head. It is an autistic archaeologist head. It's so hard to find them in this style. There are no horn holes, but I love it anyway. It's great. Pretty sweet, ah. Hey, didn't you also find some bits and pieces of your bizarre robot doppelganger? I wasn't going to tell you about that. Damn it, how did you know? I don't know, I just remembered some more shit about this discovery. God, sorry. This is stupid. Yeah, well, I guess this is a kind of shit you have to deal with when two psychic talk to each other about stuff. Maybe. Why don't we pick shit up again later when we are not feeling so weird? Well, okay. Apocalypse the Wizen AA began trolling Twin Armageddon's TA and Apocalypse the Wizen AA. Ahem. Sorry to interrupt, I wanted to give you both a chance to remember, but it doesn't look like this is going anywhere. What the fuck? Wow, what? Is it coming back yet? Is what coming back? Who are you? Wow, hold on. Why am I talking like you suddenly? This is a memory in a dream bubble. That's right. Oh, that doesn't really answer my question, but okay. You changed your voice because you remembered, like I did. Remembered what? That I died. This is my memory and also hers. But I went on to become the robot whose remains are in this crater, whereas she did not. I don't actually know her story or how she got here, but for me this was the end of the road. This is the afterlife. Well, shit, so then I guess I am dead too? Nope. So yeah, it's a little bit confusing, but remember Dave and his offshoot timeline Daves? Eradia is the same. She has a lot of tiny powers, so a lot of her bots are actually like from offshoot timelines. And what's with Solux, we will get this explained shortly. You are just asleep. You are also blind. Holy shit, I can't see. Yes, that's what being blind means. Wow, awesome. Way to be awesomely sympathetic to my terrible new problem, AA. Solux, will you shut up and stop being so tragic for once? You knew this was going to happen. Your prophecies of personal doom were practically all you ever talked about. I think you were looking forward to this, honestly. She's right. I can't believe this. It's almost as I'm getting double teamed. Oh my god, this looks like the Templar. Damn. That I didn't feel right at all. I think I might have to retire the whole bifurcation gimmick, puns and all. Actually, that is kind of a relief. Maybe you're right. I'm feeling better about this already. Great. You should be able to relax now that you've been released from the curse of your vision twofold, just like you said you'd be. You are not merely doomed. Oh, that's awesome. Being doomed isn't that bad. I spent most of my life that way, remember? At least you have the luxury of understanding. And the best part about being doomed is you only have to put up with it until you die. That's the spirit, ha ha ha. Actually, I guess I don't have to keep talking like I'm doomed anymore, do I? Nope. This is so weird. What am I even listening to here? Fuck, I cannot believe I just made that face. Ha 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 ha. God damn it. Oh yeah, also, why the fuck are my teeth missing? I don't know. Okay, well, great. Glad we got to the fucking bottom of that mystery. Mystery. Man, I can't even lisp anymore, even if I try. Please don't laugh. I can tell you're both enjoying this. I can smell it using my new blind guy nose powers. Really? No, not literally. I was joking. I mean, not yet. Maybe I asked TC about it when I wake up, so. Hey, what was that noise? What noise? I think someone else is here. Oh, it's Jade. Jade? What the fuck? Who's Jade? She's one of the humans we met after you died. Okay, I guess I'm out of the loop on chronology for once. That's fine. You'll catch up. Hey guys, I hope I'm not interrupting. Hello, Jade. There are a lot of people in the dream bubble now. Well, yeah, you kind of were sort of a reunion of close departed friends going on here, but no big deal, I guess. Oh no, I can leave. No, don't. So looks, try to be polite. There's no reason at all for you to feel hostile towards them anymore. Jade is very nice and she did nothing wrong. None of them did, so when you wake up, maybe you should try to reconcile with them or at the very least just say hello. Did you? Did I what? Be nice to them or whatever before you exploded? Well, no, but I should have. I did with you before I left, didn't I? I guess so. Surprised face of Jade. This is awkward. Shush you. What actually happened after I died? It sounds complicated. It is. I'll get you up to speed, I promise, but guys, come on, let's not scare away our guest. Okay, then I'll shut up. I think one way of saying things is more than enough, probably. You can say that again, but I mean, don't say it again literally, because that's kind of the whole point and would completely contradict. Oh my god, shut up. It's okay, I can take another nap later when you guys aren't busy. No, Jade, it's okay, please stay. I'm curious about why you are here. Well, I've just been enjoying these little naps more and more lately. Each time I go to sleep, I meet more new people and learn so much. But I still can't get Karkat to take a nap. Boy, talk about a guy who's anti-nap. Yeah, what a douche. Seriously, he is the douchiest of grabby crabs who ever douched a big douchey crab. 101. But yeah, it's been fun. I should really thank Feferi again for setting it up so we could meet like this. Wait, FF is here? Yup. Oh god, why didn't they take you to Mia? Where is she? Probably another bubble. But you'll find her maybe during the next nap. Well, shit, why can't I just go glap around out here there in the wing and find her now? I mean, aside from the fact that I'm blind and completely useless. Navigating between bubbles is difficult here. It's better to drift between them naturally as they intersect. Not spatially, but through common points in memory. To navigate the furthest ring, you need to have mastered the flow of time. That is why I am here. Hello! And see you very... where was I? That is why I am here. I am alive again, so I may assist the dead in this way. Jade, tell me, have you seen me here before? I mean, me dressed like I'm now wearing my godhood. Yeah, you were really nice and helpful. Wait, what? You are wearing a godhood? Why didn't you tell me that? What gives, or that you came back to life? I'm wearing a hood and have butterfly wings. What else would you like to know? Man, being blind is dumb. Can I, rope you or something to get up to date on your appearance? Would that be weird? Yes, so looks that would probably be pretty weird. I think your outfit looks so cute. I love your wings too. Thank you. Your outfit is quite spiffy too. I like that skirt a lot, especially is that a skirt? I am not sure. Rolling my eyes is what I would be doing if that were possible. Shh. Hey, come on. You were making a point. Yes, okay. You see, those encounters you had with me before have not happened for me yet, because I've only just arrived. Time follows strange paths here as does space. If you travel a great enough distance, you may discover you are also traveling, either backwards or forwards in time as well. Just as if you stay in one place for too long, the geometry of space surrounding you will become unreliable. You may swat the air to your left and discover you have just slept yourself. The only way to make sense of it is to understand either property very well. And since I'm new here, I have some learning to do just like everyone else. But I do know one thing. What? I knew that the first bubble I would enter would be an important one for us to visit. What's so important about it? Hang on, we are moving on to a new memory. Hold that thought. I admit this whole dream bubble stuff is pretty confusing even on the second time around. I'm really not sure if it's a skirt. Is it a skirt? There's Kel again. He's everywhere. It is important because it will help us begin to understand why we are all here. What do you mean, why we are all here? You mean in the afterlife? That's easy, because she's asleep, she's dead, you are alive, and I'm blind. Couldn't be simpler. No, not why we are in this bubble now, but why we all exist in the first place and why we all went on this adventure together. Oh, that. There's much to understand, and I believe it all begins with one sequence of events. Watching will help those who've passed to understand the purpose of the sacrifice, and those still living to understand what must be done to complete the journey still ahead. We will let the memories lead the way. Are you guys ready? Are we? I would say we are. They vanished. They all vanished. Hey, Jade's lunch top stayed. Even little Cal came with some. I'm ready. Okay, let's allow the next memory to take shape. I believe it is Kanaya's. Oh, this isn't the website, Hexy. This is actually the unofficial Homestuck collection. It's completely offline. I downloaded it on my PC, and it's like a fandom project that was done to converse the comic as it once was. I always put the link into the videos I put up. I highly recommend it. Okay, so where was I? Let me just start over. I'm ready. Okay, let's allow the next memory to take shape. I believe it is Kanaya's. I will reprise my role in a conversation I had with her shortly after I discovered the ruins. Everybody hide and try not to spoil it for her until she remembers. Hello, Kanaya. Look how great they are hiding. Hey, Kanaya. There's something I want to give you. Oh, really? Yes, it's something very odd I found when I discovered the ruins the other night. I don't know what its archaeological significance is yet, but I suspect you will be able to repair it. This is a dream, isn't it? Wow, wow, you figured that out very fast. It seemed obvious. Either I'm sleeping or I'm dead. Which is it? Oh, I'm sure you were alive. You are unconscious now and will likely wake up as your new self very soon. My new self, yes. You are undergoing a metamorphosis which you have been groomed for since you were very young. Much like I was for my various personal iterations, including this one. You mean? Being a ghost, and then a frog, and then a robot, and then a fairy. Yes, but it sure sounds silly when you list them all like that. Kind of. What do you mean we have been groomed? Well, that is what we are about to find out. If you will oblige us by continuing with this memory. Okay, what do? Why don't we go through this conversation again to the best of our recollection? But I guess rather than acting it out, we can just talk about it, the old-fashioned way. I can grab the link. Oh yeah, this would be a nice idea. And I will continue reading. Was what we were attempting before not old-fashioned? I have no idea. It seems to me the nature of the afterlife is probably very old-fashioned, maybe even the most old-fashioned a thing can get. Haha, yeah, you know what I mean, so. Yes, then. This was when you were about to give me that unusual gift from the ruins. Yes, I then had Solux deliver the pieces to you, so you could stitch it back up. Solux, that is your cue. Come out and play the part, so we don't have to hide anymore. No, of course not. Obviously, the jig is up. Everyone can come out now. Yay! Why is Solux looking like he's having teeth in his mouth again? Ah, yeah, still glowing. So okay, so I'm supposed to act out what I did before when I brought her these shitty doll parts. Is that what's going on here? Oh, is this why they have Cal? Yeah, I'm still not sure, Aradia. Are we supposed to be role-playing? No guys, come on, this isn't just complicated. We are just revisiting the past, just like we would if we were talking about it. But it just so happens we can watch it happen as we talk about it, and as a matter of fact, the story does involve a role-playing game, but not in that way. This is kind of stupid. You are stupid and you sound stupid. Hope you shush. Whoa, okay, I barely can read this. Why the fucking is my mouth full of all the cheese suddenly? I don't know, but you may be waking up soon. Oh, okay, great, so I will miss the rush of the cool theory, okay. Maybe not if we hurry this along. Wait, before we do, hi Kanaya, it is nice to meet you. Hi Jade, what is the thing you are wearing? You don't like it? No, I didn't mean to sound disapproving, but I do think more colorful apparel suits you better. Yes, I know you told me. I did. Yes, but you probably haven't yet. Not from your perspective. I could not help but overhear you were asleep now. You told me all about what happened after you woke up. About what? About how you turned into a vampire. What's a vampire? This is ridiculous. Solux is right. I mean, Solux. Kanaya, tell us what happened next. Yeah, I think it won't happen. It won't work on a phone. So, Solux is gone. Carl is now having a green suit, fixed up by Kanaya apparently. Was Tefus here before? There isn't much to say. I prepared the doll and made him a nice outfit, with a far more becoming palette and fit than the episode tatters he was found in. I thought, at least. Yes, should there be anything else to the story? Not really. Isn't that Dave's puppet? Yes. Oh, sis, I guess I'm also here. Bye, Solid. See you later, everybody. Bye. Anyway, that is all I can remember. I quickly began to find the doll unnerving, so I put him away. To my knowledge, he has remained secure in my block ever since. Is he relevant in some way? Guys, why do you have Dave Puppet? What is going on here? Yes, Iradia, it seems you have some foreknowledge of this narrative. Maybe you can tell us why any of this is important. This is only a piece of the story. The other pieces will fall into place with successive memories and it will all become clear. But yes, alright, I will eliminate some suspense and try to serve as a better guide on the tours through the catacombs of our collective subconscious. The separate tunnels we once traveled in the dark as individuals, we now retrace together with a torch. On the walls, we illuminate the runes which describe a convoluted origin story, an origin we participated in. We were spurred to these actions by that which was being originated, and incited to acts of revenge as we were turned against each other. Hey, this is really Tefros. I knew I was seeing him. I don't remember this. I mean, I remember getting jumped off the cliff by my legs, but not the thing I'm doing now. No, our manipulator disguised his tracks well. Do I have to lie on the floor like this? Is that important? No, Tefus, you can get up. Although can we, or at least I, be not in this memory because it's one that's not as great as most. We will leave it soon, but you were doing something very important here. What was I doing? Writing a part of the code. He was writing a part of the code while he was laying down the cliff, while he was laying down the cliff injured and then being paralyzed from the injury. What the fuck? What's happening here? TT1CK. C1C1TT. An incomplete fragment consisting of 4 symbols, comprising the first words of a binary refrain. A pair of sounds emerging from the belly of a fabled tyrant's menace. But you authored only one sound of the pair. Oh look, it's dead Iradia again. I don't know what Tefus is now looking much happier now that he's figured out he's dead and Dream Bubble. I would write the other. CT0CK. What's this? Like ink? In the suit of my ruined hive, I scrawled my part of the code, completing the phrase of legend. The persisting sound said to accompany the ultimate demise of the tyrant less an arm and an eye. But even these 8 characters, the scrawlings of charge, were still but half the code. There's still more. Oh, Whisker has it. What's her break is part of the code? Also, there's always this book around. Did you notice it? They all have this book. There was another half by Scorch in 2 parts. One part, 3 symbols. Oh, and then there's Teresi. heads. And the other 5. Why the scale was tipped in this way between sisters, I cannot say. All of them had the Fla book. Each fragment would be transcribed in our rule books, sealing the collaboration between Rust Bloods and Blue Bloods, completing the code for our session's architect. Not exactly. There was another fragment. Oh, yes, an additional 8 symbols from a wildcard source, I suppose. Oh my god, the honk. The honk honk. You know, this one. Oh no, this was wrong. This one. It came from a timeline not meant to happen. The one I came from to ensure it wouldn't, thus sealing my fate. Oh my god, there's also a killer clown behind the honks. Ouch. Looks like there are some people dead. I believed the fragment was gibberish from a lunatic after completing his rampage to our session. Since it was not part of scripted chronology, I was oblivious until it was too late to stop it. Not that it would matter if I did the timeline had already gone astray. I pieced together what had happened by sluicing the warrior scenes. Jade just vanished. And discovered the text which the code was recorded in. I decided to return to the Alpha timeline with the text as evidence for his madness, I guess. In the Alpha timeline, this text was destroyed. An explosion caused by a computer virus. This explosion did not take place on my timeline. I identified this event as a difference prompting the offshoot, and returned to our planet via the reckoning just as I did at the end of my life. So that time, deliberately, complicated word, to influence events quietly to make sure it happened, and later joined the rest of our doomed selves to help defeat the king. The others surely had similar responsibilities along the way. Ah yes, time travel. It's in all colors, and so many colors. As for the book, I lost track of it shortly after I arrived. Yes, we all lost track of our books. It's the Black Queen. They were gathered surreptitiously by agents assigned to the task. Kel and Whisker looking at the white orb. And in the wheel, their codes were merged with the ghost imprints of other mysterious artifacts. Our first guardian was brought to life on the sea to pass to Skya's final gate of defense, the first to find Alternia. So yeah, this was all set up for this character. We only known him as White Text Guy so far. Be Scratch. You once again try to be Doc Scratch and fail spectacularly. You can't be him no matter how hard you try, it is impossible. In fact, it would be for the best if I commandeered the narrative completely for a while. I trust you won't mind if I speak in white. It's not actually negotiable, but as a courtesy, I enclose my words between a pair of visible, audible brackets. I am doing this because I can. I'm also doing it because I'm expecting a guest to arrive shortly. This should enable me to show the man the sort of hospitality he deserves while doing the same for you. My apartment doesn't have a doorbell. Why would an omniscient fellow need to be alerted to the presence of a visitor? I know he will be right on time, which is to say, early. And if I did have a doorbell, you would have just witnessed it ring. He is already here. My door's not fitted with a peephole either. Those without eyes or without limits to their knowledge have no need for peeping, and I am without either. I have never once peeped at or through something, and I doubt I ever will. Apertures built into physical surface to reveal what's hidden behind them are for those with particular handicaps. Therefore, those lacking advanced vision to render the opaque permeable to light, or those lacking advanced knowledge to render the concealed information irrelevant, or both. They are for people who I call suckers. I know the identity of anyone who stands behind this door, even in those cases where I have not extended an invitation to the visitor personally. Pardon me while I let Jack inside. Yeah, like, Scratch is like an how do you pronounce this? Omniscient being and stuff, like, almost like an eldritch god, you know, knowing everything, existing outside of time and stuff. Oh, this is not the Jack that we know, this is Spade Slick. Did you not believe it would be Jack? Who else would it be? Someone who would have suspected anyone else is a person I would also describe as a sucker. Ha ha, hee hee, ho ho. Hello, Slick, won't you please end? Oh, for heaven's sake, clock. I like these sound words. He's mad. Okay. Jack, stop it. Jack, Slick? Which you prefer I call you? It's one of the strange points of uncertainty which surrounds you. Maybe it is that you don't particularly care. Your flair is for the plain and serviceable, isn't it? Not much of your vanity is tied up in a name, I'd guess. Not going to tell me? Fine, I won't tell you my name either. Well, I might, if you would just show some manners and stop hitting me with that ridiculous horse hitcher. I won't crack, no matter how senseless the drubbing, if only it were that simple. You're not going to stop, are you? It will be very difficult to discuss our points of mutual interest like this. I was prepared to go about it in a civilized way, even so I knew very well I would spend the first several minutes of our meeting sitting on the floor while being flogged. I have even prepared a bowl of candy for you, which I know you will enjoy. Courtesy is important, Jack. Do you have anything at all to say? Any form of communication you care to attempt beyond the sound Ivan makes against my head repeatedly? No, of course not. Omniscient. Oh, this is easier than I thought. Thank you. Thank you, now I know how. So, Scratch is like an omniscient being. What's that? I see. You think you already know my name. You do not know my real name, Jack, just as none of your adversaries on this planet know yours. You only know my nickname. It's a good nickname too, befitting of the passive gunslinger charged with initiating the break. I'm my master's weapon, a soldier and a war of one bullet fired. But when that bullet clears the barrel, it won't be my finger on the trigger. I'm a facilitator, not an assassin. Here, Jack, why don't you go help yourself to some candy over there on the table? There's something I need to take care of before we continue. I won't be long. Jack is looking so defeated here. Or Slick, don't know. I mean, this version I normally know Slick Spades. Or what is Spade Slick? The licorice. Hey, I have licorice here as well, but now it's too late to eat. I will eat it tomorrow. He's just putting them all in his pocket. Wallet, so wallet. Yes, good. Placate yourself as a Scotty dog, Slick. My supply is bottomless. I'm an excellent host. Bottomless licorice. When I'm finished with a minor interruption, we will resume our gentlemanly negotiation. I will proceed to beat you severely until you agree to do what I ask. I trust you won't take it personally. He's putting the stuff in his head. Pocket candy for later, hell yeah. Now please excuse me, I have to talk to a teenage girl from another universe. Be teenage girl from another universe. This is Rose. You cannot be a teenage girl from another universe because you are too busy being a teenage girl from this universe. You are busy being Rose Lalonde, completely preoccupied with it, in fact. So preoccupied you have been neglecting messages from some of your friends who are trying to contact you, but you have a lot of important stuff to do. You will get back to them later. Rose, Pester Informant. Okay, let me highlight everything already. It's quite warm here on Lohak. I think I've been patient enough. When will we receive further instruction? No. So, I could have contacted you at any time? No, only now. I came away with the impression from our last conversation that our next would take place on your invitation. I was being polite by waiting. Your inevitable impatience caused you to contact me again. Inevitably is my invitation. That's pretty smug. I'm right to be smug. I'm omniscient, extremely powerful, and very charming. Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Can you use your limitless intelligence to figure out which ones I mean? That was clever. If I plead ignorance to the fact that you are denying my charisma, it invalidates my claim of omniscience. But if I must adhere to my all-knowing status, it forces me to validate the unfortunate reality that you are feigning the opinion that my demeanor is unpalatable. Not that it matters, because I have all 3 qualities and you know it. This is stupid. Could we get to the point? Yes, I was about to say. We should hurry this along. My visitor is beginning to set things on fire. You have a visitor? Who? Some guy. I was joking anyway. I'm not in a hurry at all. You tell jokes? Yes. Ha ha. So your visitor isn't setting anything on fire then? Oh, he most definitely is. Hehe. I'm really not getting this joke. I was joking about being in a hurry. From my perspective, this conversation is taking place in less than 1 second. I type very quickly. Ho ho. I thought you didn't lie. Aren't jokes essentially humorous lies? At least those like the one you just attempted. Jokes are only temporary lies. If the falsehood is never exposed, there is no punchline. If the punchline is never delivered, the lie is sealed forever, regardless of initial humorous intent. Lies are not funny. I think if you are going to risk tarnishing your record of honesty, you should probably get better material. My joke was objectively funny. Who would know better than I? Okay. You are saying an inaccurate statement doesn't count as a lie, as long as you just say, just kidding later, basically. What if it's much later? Is it still just a joke? No, that would be something closer to a prank. I don't play pranks very often. Are you allowed to lie about playing pranks? If I asked you if you were playing a prank on me, would you tell the truth? I am allowed to do whatever I want. I choose never to lie. I also choose to tell jokes now and then and to play pranks quite sparingly. But I can say that I have never played a prank on you. No statement I have made to you thus far or will make in this conversation will contain any trace of falsehood for the sake of setting up a joke or a prank, with the exception of the joke I just made, another one I will make very soon. I'm starting to change my mind. Oh? Yes, I think your joke was funny in retrospect. Actually, your roasting is pretty good. I'm warming up to it. Yes, I knew it, just to be clear. Was the insurance you just made a prank or a joke? It wasn't nicer, it was the truth. Was that? Yes. The truth? Yes. Okay, are you serious about wanting to die? Yes. Why? I'll tell you later. Why? Because you asked. But why not now? Because that piece of information would not fit elegantly into the sequence of our exchange at this moment. Then you know how this entire conversation will go? Yes. Is it true of all conversations you have? Yes, until briefly I don't. But the dark spots never last long. The truth disguises itself to me sometimes, which can be mildly frustrating. But it usually reveals itself quickly, much as if a punchline was delivered. It's a humorous dialogue I have with reality, and it is very amusing. Then why do you bother with the conversation's obligation to predestination as usual? There is no obligation, it's a pleasure. It is? I've always had a soft spot for young ladies. That's a little creepy. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. It kind of is. I've looked into the future and determined that we would continue in this manner pointlessly for some time, so I'm putting an end to it here. That doesn't make sense. Was that the other joke? Yes. Good one. Thank you. How young are the ladies you typically take a shining to, and does this mean you are attracted to me? Suddenly this conversation is kind of terrible. Of course I'm not in the way you mean. And anyway, you are applying standards of conduct frowned upon for your kind, which makes no sense to apply to me. I'm an immortal entity with a large cue ball for a head and no biological means of reproduction. Really. Although, if you were millions of years old, you would find that nearly every lady you encounter is quite young, relatively speaking. There should be no reason for you to feel uncomfortable with this interaction. Try to think of me as one of your kindly human uncle figures. In fact, if I were in your presence now, I would offer you kindly to prove it. Oh my god, what? Can we talk about the scratch instead of this? Yes. You are situated near the game construct supplied by your session for causing the scratch. Yes? Are you actually asking? No, that was a fact and then a question mark. Ah, well, yes I am. It's a large plateau shaped like a record. It's called the Beat Mesa. I know. Is the game construct different in other sessions? Yes, it will always be an edifice of similarly cryptic design, located on the planet that is home to the hero of time. Its environment dictates the nature of its construction. Its power is dangerous and is meant to be utilized only in emergencies such as you. You mean, in sessions where victory is no longer possible? Yes. Due to creating an unstoppable adversary who triggers a reckoning prematurely, is that sort of emergency common? No. Failure is common, but the composition of yours is quite atypical. Okay. Then it's like a panic button for the players to push once they realize the cause is lost. Yes, but causing the scratch is not an easy task either. The construct must be destroyed in a very specific way to release its energy. The keeper of my ectobiological father began the process. It must be finished. Who? The guardian of the night of time. Dave's bro? Yes. How do I finish it? You don't. Not you personally. Another will. You have something more important to attend to, remember? Oh right, the green weight. The green sun. Yes. I plan to take care of that later once John had retrieved the tumor. Tumor! Whatever. Your plan will have to change. You aren't ready to cause a scratch yet. Like I said, it's difficult. What will the one who does it have to do? I should let them know. He will have to scratch the surface of the plateau across its full diameter. I see. This terminology can be very little sometimes. You will require a certain needle to create a breach in the surface that will be adequate. I have needles. Your needles won't suffice. Then where do I get ones that will? Again, you won't. This task is out of your hands. The needles must be acquired from the denizen of the Witch of Space. Her quills are very large and potent. They will be able to cause a scratch. This really seems more elaborate than you led me to believe. I didn't lead you to believe anything. I told you to find the construct and await advisement on the scratch. The plans you were making were based on assumptions and fabrications of your imagination. You were writing more stories much like those about your false magical man. I wish that I written in my private journals could be confined to your dark spots. I don't. I find your stories entertaining. You are being creepy again. No, I'm not. Besides, the White King agrees with me. What? For a seer, your vision of events surrounding you is rather limited. It's charming. Just, please stop complimenting me. Whew, the session is full of lore. Yes, the scratch is put on pretty much a record. For anyone who's too young to remember, if you scratched a record on which normally music played, the music was getting all warbled and strange. Oh, my father still had the old record player. Fine. Then please at last try to sound more sarcastic when you do it. Oh sure, I'm really going to do that, yes, very likely. Then the scratch will be implemented later by either John or Dave, I presume. You used the male pronoun. Yes. I guess it makes sense that it would happen later. My understanding is that Jack will not be banished from the session until near the end of the reckoning. Yes, Jack will exit your session later, but this has nothing to do with the scratch. Not directly, as you imply. I don't understand. I thought that was the point of the scratch, to open a rift in space-time as it were and banish him into the troll session. No, that is not the purpose of the scratch at all. The scratch does not open a rift in space-time. Then why have you directed me to cause it? Does it have something to do with enabling you to die? No, not directly. The scratch has nothing more to do with my death than any other single event ultimately contributing to my demise. I think it's disingenuous for you to behave as if I have not been misled. You say you don't lie, but what about lies of omission? Lies of omission do not exist. The concept is a very human one. It is a product of your story writing again. You have written a story about the truth, making emotional demands of it, and in particular of those in possession of it. Your demands are based on a feeling of entitlement to the facts, which is very childish. You can never know all of the facts, only I can. And since it's impossible for me to reveal all facts to you, it is my discretion alone that decides which facts will be revealed in the finite time we have. If I do not volunteer any information you deem critical to your fate, it possibly means that I am a scoundrel, but it does not mean that I am a liar. It certainly means you did not ask the right questions. One can make either true statements or false statements about reality. all of the statements I make are true. Unless you are joking. Yes. Haha, hee hee, hoo hoo. Exactly. Then I guess I'll start asking better questions. Good. I will make a seer of you yet, will you? Yes, you can start by showing up the reliability of your sources. You proceeded to question me, believing you understood the purpose of the scratch. You received your information about it from trolls. I assure you that in most ways the trolls are as confused about everything as you are. Okay, noted. What exactly does a scratch do then? It resets the game. Oh, that's it? Yes, then? We all start from the beginning again, when John entered? No. The release of temporal energy will be quite massive. This is a hard reset. It will reboot the conditions in your universe well before you began playing the game. You will have lived different lives after the reset. The different initial conditions will ideally lead to a more favorable scenario in the new session. Unfortunately, you will have no memory of anything that has happened in the session you are in now. What will happen to us, everyone in this session now? You will all cease to exist completely if you remain here during the scratch. This seems familiar. It reminds me of when Dave and I were trapped in the doomed timeline and he left to change the past. The timeline ceased to exist along with my dream self, who in a way became merged with my dream self of this timeline. I kept some of her memories. Is the situation similar? Similar, but more severe. Since this timeline will undergo such a violent upheaval, such a merge of memory cannot happen. You will be resigned to absolute oblivion. Unless you can discover a way to preserve yourselves. But it's not really my place to advise you on that. After you have dealt with the scratch and the sun, what happens to you is not any of my business. What's happening here? Oh, it's one of the salamanders. I was not realizing. Then, can you at least tell me if we will be successful in preserving ourselves after reset? I don't particularly enjoy spoiling things for people when unnecessary. I find speaking in a discreet color helps avoid this. So if the scratch isn't specifically meant to banish Jack from the session, and our quest to destroy the sun is meant to kill him, why is a reset necessary at all, especially if it means oblivion for us? Because you cannot achieve the ultimate reward in this session. Your battlefield is cancerous, and the reckoning will destroy it prematurely regardless. By resetting, you will create a session which can bear the fruit of a new universe, even if you will not be the ones to claim the reward. Don't you want to fulfill your purpose, I guess? What is a little disheartening to learn I'm now faced with not one, but two suicide missions at once. One to destroy Jack's power source and defend all of existence, and another to ensure our cosmic prodigy and the price of oblivion. That frames the dual objectives accurately, but if you are inventive, you may find a way to survive the reset and participate in the renewed session. It's up to you. Just as it's up to you to face the decision to claim immortality before you enter your creation. Immortality? Yes. Do you mean ascending to the god tier? Yes. I have reason to believe that I won't. The trolls have not indicated I will die on my quest bed or that any of us will aside from John. Instead, I've been given a more troubling and ambiguous forecast. What have I said about confirming the reliability of your sources? Are you saying I will? No. Oh, well, will I? It seems you like me to do some fortune-telling. Fine. Maybe this question will suit you better. Is it probable? That's a strange question to ask someone who is omniscient and therefore knows outcomes with 100% certainty. I like it. Then what's your answer? You have exactly a 50% chance of ascending to the god tier. That's a strange answer, I know. Why such a precise probability? Because, much like the decisions you must face to complete your dual suicide missions, you have two ways of achieving godhood to choose from. 2 ways? By dying on the quest bed on my planet in some other way? Yes. Is there another quest bed somewhere? Yes, good guess here. Where? What difference does it make? You already know where the first one is. You have the choice to go there right now and take your own life. That's true. Of course it is. You mentioned immortality. Godhood makes one immortal? Yes. A god tier will live forever with no caveats? No. One will live forever unless killed. The death must be either heroic or just. Oh, this is important. You need to remember this. How are those terms defined? Broadly, mysteriously, and according to the case of the individual. One may be killed by opposing a corrupt adversary and die for a just cause, as through martyrdom for instance. This would be heroic. Or one may be subject to corruption and slain by a hero. This would be just. Which sort of death will you have when I destroy the sun? Neither. I am not a god. I am a guardian, a servant, and a weapon. I have power and knowledge far surpassing a god, but I am not one. Is this when you are going to tell me how you want to die? Yes. I said it's not just because you are getting bored with immortality. That's good. Your vision is becoming clearer. Then why? My master can't enter this universe until I am killed. Such is the nature of the break. That almost sounds like martyrdom. Are you sure it won't be a hero's death? Quite sure. My master is a very evil man. Who is he? Won't tell you his name, but he goes by the title Lord English. This doesn't sound like an especially admirable objective. Releasing an evil man who's presumably more powerful than you, an already omnipotent being. Am I right? You are right about both. It is not admirable, and he is considerably more powerful. But you must decide which objective is more important. You may decide to attempt to destroy the sun and end my life. This will neutralize Jack, who is also much more powerful and dangerous than myself, by virtue of the ring he wears in addition to drawing energy from the same sun as I. He poses a significant threat to reality. But in the process of killing him and you, I release your master, who is just as deadly. He's more deadly. But the danger he poses is sanctioned by paradox space. It is a known quantity. His very existence in the universe will mean it will inevitably be torn apart. But there are rules to his entry, and his grim procession through paradox space is rather orderly. The present equilibrium has accounted for him, and will continue to. Jack, however, is a loose cannon. He will not stop until he destroys everything he encounters. Additionally, his existence is your responsibility. Then I guess I don't have a choice. You do. I didn't have everything. You do, but also know this. Refusing to venture out to destroy the sun in no way spares anyone from my master regardless. It is certainly true that destroying it will end my life, and it is certainly true that the tumor you will deliver to its location has enough power to destroy it completely. See you, Stag, thanks for coming. But it is not the only way to kill me. It is simply a way I have suggested to you, which doubles as a way to disarm Jack should you choose to go through with it. Instances of myself have spawned in countless universes, and my objective is always the same. I have never once failed to complete this objective, and I never will. There's nothing noble about taking a course of action you believe will prevent his arrival, because that is impossible. He will come. In fact, he is already here. Are you saying that I will succeed in the mission to destroy the sun? Are you asking for another palm reading? You seem rather keen on acquiring a fortune for me, considering you are the one with the crystal ball. I'm just trying to ask as many questions as I can. It's the only way to find the dark spots in your obstinacy. I've been very helpful, and I will continue to be. I myself do not care to be an oracle, but I can graciously supply you with one. Can you? An eager concert has brought you one of my seeds. It appears you have amassed followers who wish to please you. How fortuitous. Your seeds? That ripe orb. Oh, the cue ball. How did I not notice this? It would accurately answer any question a curious girl can pose, provided she can seize to the surface to read its reply. Is that possible? Is it Sia? Given your title and all the tools of prognostication at your disposal, it seems to me I should be the one asking you the questions. How can I see through it? It seems you weren't listening, so I'll state this again in the form of a question. Don't you think I should be asking the questions from now on? Yes, if you wanted to be disingenuous and irritating. Don't you think a clever person should be able to acquire information from someone who only asks questions? Then it's a challenge. I pass. Do you have a choice? What if I'm feeling a bit stubborn? Okay, so what you mean is I should continue homeworking your leading questions until you happen to ask certain rhetorical questions that contain information I need. Was that a question? That was a fact, and then a period. How does a seer see? With a crystal ball? I already considered that. I don't think I can get the focus of the ball to zoom in tight enough in the cue ball's enclosure to read the answers. How else does she see? By other magical means, I guess. Should I use magic? Do you believe in magic? Magic is real. I've been using it. Are you sure? Use whatever word you want to describe it. I have magic wands, they are very powerful and they allow me to be magic. Your questions are silly. What makes you convinced the wands are responsible for your abilities? Because I did not have the abilities before I made them. Could this be circumstantial? Could it? Is there an echo? Is there an echo? Hee hee. I don't know what you are getting at. How about another leading question? What did you combine to make those wands? Some stuff. Knitting needles? An inexpensive figurine of some fictional fellow with long whiskers? A simple textbook from the Zulu Chili Dubious? Why would this mundane combination of objects grant a child such an alarming mastery over dark forces all at once? I'm guessing this is one of the rhetorical questions meant to be informative. So then, my answer should affirm how ridiculous it sounds, shouldn't it? Maybe. That wasn't even a question. Yes, it was. Okay, magic is fake, the wands are useless toys, and there's something else going on. Next question? Would it be so difficult to believe the power you found to devastate your planet and create shortcuts through your session is not entirely by your own device? Would it be so difficult to believe a young lady could be unwittingly apprenticed by more powerful entities who meant her potential to be realized later through some arbitrary trigger? What would you say if I said a beautiful girl raised in the daylight was protected by a bull-petted guardian and learned to glow in the dark after death? What would you say if I said a vengeful boy on a path of nihilism was taken under the wings of fearsome angels and learned to destroy hope with the light? What would you say if I said a reserved girl enamored by what dwelt in shadow was selected by the horror terrors for service and did their bidding at every step while convinced of her own autonomy? What would I say to those short fables? Not much, except I guess as a third is a story about me, and that there's a lesson you'd like me to take from it. That I should renounce my allegiance before my grimdark corruption is absolute. And while I'm at it, I should discard these useless wands, because apparently the power was in my little black heart all along. Is that right? Won't you have to give up your specibus to the one who causes a scratch regardless? How else will the young man wield that great big needle? I don't know, if you say so. Haven't your friends already shown concern for your recklessness and your increasing sense of detachment from the party, the team objectives, and not to mention those of your personal quest? Does this worry you? Is there a part of you left that's able to worry? Yes, it has been mysteriously localized to my middle finger. Could the dark magics be at work again? Do you deny that you have been neglecting incoming messages from your teammates? That be in keeping with the spirit of the human emotion of friendship for one whose soul was not so befouled by the designs of unknowable monstrosities? Friendship isn't an emotion, nums. Isn't it, Rose? Isn't it? I've been busy, I'll get back to them. And can we please stop doing the patronizing questions thing? In exchange, I promise I will discriminate by patronizing responses. Can the omniscient be patronized? The omnipotent can do whatever they please. I guess I'm just asking you nicely to do me this favor. Very well, I will stop serving you with surprise noodles. Huh? But only because I find you to be adorable. So creepy. So cute. Yuck. I'm going to ask the same question I asked earlier. Please do not regard it as a violation of my pledge. It is just an ordinary question, like those that crop up in an ordinary conversation. Okay? How does the seer see? I don't know. Be literal. With her eyes, take the orb. Ask it a question. I don't know what to ask anymore. I am confused. What would you ask me? I would ask what should I do next. Then asked, what should I do next? Not me. The ball. Dank es. Rose, ask. This was a lot of text. Something sparks in her eyes. Answer Jade. Rose, answer. Sorry for the delayed response. Answering seems to be what to do right now. Rose, geez, finally! You sure seem to be certain whatever you were doing on that computer. Were you talking to someone? Oh right, I forgot. I gave you the code for the crystal ball. And here I was thinking I could safely delay responding to messages without seeming like an ass, the way it usually works. Oops. Oh no, I don't blame you for not responding. You must be very upset. Are you okay? Why would I be upset? Because I figured you would have found out by now. But I guess you still don't know? Know what? About John's dad and your mom? Rose, hello? Oh no! And thus she found out. Rose, please say something. You're making me nervous. I should have gone looking for her. Why didn't I? Because you were busy trying to make the best of the situation. John was too, but he went to look for his father. It would have been normal of me. I can't remember what I was trying to prove anymore. I don't think you should be so hard on yourself about it. John was being John, and you were being you, which I guess meant taking our problems very seriously and putting all your attention on solving them. And anyway, you and your mom had a much trickier relationship than John and his dad, didn't you? I mean, not that I'm saying that means you were any less attached to her than him. I don't know if I'm very good at consoling people. Sorry, Rose, I don't want to make you feel worse. You're doing fine for someone raised by a dog. Or really, anyone. Thanks. You okay? You know, now we have all lost guardians. Dave lost his, and I lost mine in a weird way, even though that was pretty much definitely my fault. And even the trolls all lost their monster guardians. I think that maybe it is an inevitable part of a game that can be cruel sometimes. For some reason, despite all the danger, I never thought she was in any trouble. I never believed she would actually die. I grew up with the feeling that something more significant had always been meant for her. That she was a heroine displaced in some way, resigned to the inglorious duty of raising me and preparing me in her way. I didn't actually need the ectobiological verification that she was like a mother and a sister at the same time. I always understood that somehow. And I felt she had knowledge and ability beyond what she let on. It was always intimidating, but nonetheless a source of respect, which was childishly begrudging on my part. I think she was just waiting for me to catch up with her. But now I can't. I'm so sad. Rose, I think you're being stronger about it than I am. Probably because my emotions have now ceded to anger. This shouldn't have happened. Oh well, I just hope you aren't thinking of doing something rash. I already was. I was going to go to sleep, fly to a sun bigger than our universe, drop a bomb on it, and kill myself. Yeah. So if my course of action is to change on account of my mood and can only become less impetuous, don't you think? I don't know. You never liked my plan very much anyway. Well, no, but I was trusting you to thought it's true and it was our best hope. I'm not sure if I did. Maybe it was a terrible plan. I made it without a full understanding of the nature of the scratch. Then what will you do? I could stop being so cowardly for once. I could short-circuit this endlessly pretending game of chess we are playing just like Jack decided to do. What does that mean? Maybe I will go kill Jack myself. Right now. Oh, no. Oh, that is a much worse plan. He would probably kill you. Probably. But the scratch will wipe us out anyway and reboot the conditions of our session. I suddenly don't feel much like sneaking through the back door of the first string for retribution by distant supernova. I know what you mean. I was angry at Jack and wanted to stop him too, but we have to think of a more sensible way to do it. Whether my existing plan was sensible or not, I may have been allowing myself to be manipulated by an omniscient being regardless. What? Who? Hello, ladies. What? This is a private conversation. Private even to those who know it word for word already. Proceed. I will be here, watching. Rose, who is this? Ignore him. I don't even know what's going on anymore. We were discussing Miss Lalonde's intrepid new variation on suicide. As one with a passion for the subject, I'm intrigued. Shh. Anyway, if it's true the gods have selected me for service, maybe the power they've given me will be sufficient. Maybe they wanted me to kill him all along. Hee hee. Shh. Please don't, Rose. I know you were angry, that you aren't thinking straight. But I am. I am fully aware I'll probably die and fail. Scratch happens, we start fresh. No recollection, no problem. No. Jade is an embodied self-Skya. Maybe you'd be willing to talk some sense into your friend. You should understand she's been corrupted by various entities with some rather questionable motives. Rose, maybe Vitex guy is right. The Dark Gods gave you all these powers and seem to be helping us with these dream bubbles and stuff. But what if they are not actually good? They are enormous, ugly, and live in darkness. That doesn't necessarily make them bad. No, but I still don't trust them. If only there was a way to make this determination with certainty. Through a reliable source within reach, for instance, at the exact moment, perhaps one that is spherical and devastatingly handsome. What's this weirdo talking about? The cue ball. Oh yeah, I noticed you found it. I was worried it had been destroyed when my moon blew up. Is he saying you can use it? Yes, and he is right. Oh my gee, does it work? It advised me to talk to you just now, so I guess so. Then maybe you should try it. Yes, Rose, listen to Jade. She is far less manipulative than I. What are you suggesting I ask it? Well, since we don't know much about the gods, why don't you ask it about them? So you're saying I should ask it if the gods are evil. I guess that is a way to put it. Even though at this point, neither of you is highlighting my text to read it, this idea gets my vote. Go ahead. Ask Sia. Sia, ask. What will be? What will stand there? God, so hard what to look at. What happened here? Your screen is going dark. Oh my god, look at this guy, she's looking at her broken glasses. Rose, go dark. You slip into the fabled Black Death trance of the rogue Gothics, quaking all the while in the blood-eldritch throes of the Bloodfester tongues. You advise the members of your complacency not to be alarmed, as they chronicle the event in tomes bound in the tent where sang flesh of a tortured hell scholar, with wounds stroked and the black tears bled from the corruption-weary eyes of 50,000 imaginary occultists. But they fail to not be alarmed. This is because, as is now painfully obvious to anyone with a brain, you have basically gone completely off the deep end in every way. You have officially gone grimdark. Oh, this was a part that I was waiting for. Rose going grimdark was forfeited so much. Rose resist urge to seek revenge. You make a half-hearted attempt to resist the urge. Alas, one is not easily shaken from the Bloodfester tongues. They are stubborn straws. Big man, request timeout. Alright, Toomies, everybody you hold up. The big man wants to take a timeout. Unlocked album, I'll turn you about. BM, wreak some havoc. The big man's about to wreak some havoc in the yard. The court is on fire. Why are we now with... How was it called? Sweep boat Jeff or something. BM, request ruler. Dude, come get the ruler, check this out. Dude, hurry, look, she's escaping from above. Okay, dude, no. Okay, how am I going to wreak some havoc in the yard with a meter, you jumpers? This is so stupid. Again, with the metric system, what is it even with you and units, man? Hey, the metric system is superior. Like you must be toking up on a joint to make you stoned or something. I can't even think of Lucy or their wings lying around like that. It is so infuriating. Shit. What? I can't even read this. Dude, you got to snap it. Broke ways. Now it's even more snapped. It was at that point when you get distracted by the author's hot self-insert. Who were you expecting? The Easter Bunny? You probably want to know how involved the big man wants to get into the story. How much will he fuck this up? Well, all I've got to say that is... want to know? I want to know. Tell me and please be smug about it. This is really hard to read. Alright. As indulgent self-inserts grow in frequency, you may find yourself increasingly afraid that my direct interference with canonical events approaches inevitably. But you should understand that I am dealing with forces which, if handled recklessly, will nullify the basic ability of intelligent beings in all real and hypothetical planes of existence to give a shit. It would be stupid of me to mismanage these forces and even stupider of you to worry about it, because it would be stupid for you to think I was stupid. In fact, I feel a little dumb by just thinking about it. When the time comes, I will interact directly with the events of the narrative. But this moment will be responsibly confined to a passive intervention. It will be compact, surgical, and essential. My involvement will have such precision I have even managed to quantify it in units of physical measurements. It will be involved in only the narrow corridor of space through which light will pass in 3 nanoseconds. My window of influence end to end will be exactly 1 yard. Okay, anyway, let's get back to John, finally. John, locate tumor. Yeah, there are a lot of larger gifts around now. Yes, this is also hurting my head. It's looking like a yin-yang. Whoa, this tumor is big. John, look around. Hey, they are like slabs. And this is John's symbol. And these are the symbols of Rose and Dave. John, look inside. He's seeing the cue ball. 10 hours, 24 minutes, and it's on a timer. John, take tumor. I love how they just can capture log stuff. John, return to surface. Nice, John. CD, approach locals. You and your weapon friend approach a gentleman wrapped in a fine white cloth and his courageous cohort, a young man riding a great gust of wind. You are so impressed, you forget what you are supposed to be doing. John, reunite with Liv Tyler. Sweet, precious, beautiful Liv Tyler, you thought you'd lost her forever, just like Bruce Willis did when he blew himself up with a nuclear bomb in the center of an asteroid the size of Texas. I actually watched this movie. His heroism and fatherly pride were also the size of Texas. But your love for Liv is not fatherly, you know. This reunion is with no loving daughter, but a loving movie star fantasy crush who happens to be in the form of a robot bunny which has traveled through time and been given as a gift on 5 separate occasions, twice by you and twice to you, and originally fished out of a sewer by Nicolas Cage on the silver screen. You forget the point you are supposed to be making. But you wonder where all of your sweet weapons went. She indicates in the language of plush toy pantomime that she has no idea. They all play away in the what? Breeze! And there they are. John, retrieve tiny hammer. This tiny hammer is so ridiculous. It's too bad it is not the right size. You would love to develop some imps with such a fanciful weapon. You guess you could just go around giving them little bops on the head with it, like a silly Gable. No, that would be too absurd. Even for a great prankster like you will discard this rubbish immediately. Wait, what is this? Miss Tyler is handing you a note. John, read note. John, one more thing. The robot I'm sure you've noticed is armed to the stitches. He's got all 4 of the funny little weapons I mentioned. Zeta all deadly as the fucking dickens, but that doesn't mean they are meant exclusively for the paws of Mr. Terry Kisser. That is the name I call him. Heck no. You see, I did the Terry with some doodads you may deem practical. An infinite simulator which I used to little fire them down in the first place, as well as a monstrous fire for when you would like to loosen them up and wield them yourself. He's surely got enough juice in him to make them enormous if you wish. But that's silly. What would you even do with, say, a magic needle the size of a skyscraper, for instance? Preposterous. I borrowed this technology from my grandmother, who had quite the way of manipulating space. Legend tells she was something of a witch with the stuff. Once she was a brave hero like you and I, John, and the stars themselves twinkled in her cauldron. I would like to tell you who my grandmother is, I really would, but I can't. I think I have trouble keeping secrets. I like to be honest, just like you, and a lot of secrecy after a while gets me feeling a bit jaded. Hehe. Queen means grow wet means shrink. See you soon, pal. J. So yeah, this is a note from the person which Jade says is her grandson from another timeline. Grandmother, you wonder who that could be? It's probably just Jade, what with all the time shenanigans. John Eugen Hammer. Nice. Warhammer of Slihu. 1 zillion. You got the Warhammer of Slihu. Oh, behold glory of Slihu. god, is John singing this? Yes, he is having a beautiful singing voice. You're so delighted by your red new hammer and the cool U-turning abilities of Liv Tyler or Terry Kisser or whatever his name is. Who the hell is Terry Kisser anyway? Probably a movie star from the future. Who cares though? Your bunny will be Liv for life. Hearts, hearts, hearts. You wonder what other neat things you can get Liv to monstrosify with your sweet eye beams? Wait, what happened to her green eye? And why is she feverishly gesticulating towards a fellow in the ghost sheets? This is so ridiculous. You cannot turn your back on these people to admire a beautiful hammer for even one moment. Okay, the green burp indicates that he ate the eye. You think that is enough fooling around? It is time to get down to business again. The serious business of being an important and heroic leader. John, wear the hood. Be the leader. Okay, this is looking really cool. You are not the leader, you are the friend. There's a big difference. You prepare to issue your party highly authoritative series of friendly requests. They are having a little fight up there. First, you request that everyone settle down. The squad fellow mediates between the two big-giving parties and patches up Liv's missing eye. He is nothing if not a customer to decades of repair work and quickly resumes her plucky demeanor. You then, in your most leaderly way, ask Liv to pilot that enormous battleship. She will be now known as Captain Tyler. She little-fies the ship down to something more manageable for a small bunny captain. Everyone is impressed. You give your wallet to your noble chauffeur familiar. He looks puzzled. You inform the party that you will not be going on this journey. You must remain behind and continue looking for your father. But you insist their mission is the most critical of all. You know they can handle it. You believe in them. You instruct Captain Tyler to set the course for the ship's home. They must fly to Earth and deliver the tumor to the moon. Everyone salutes their intrepid friend leader. This is what teamwork is all about. And this guy? You guess this guy can go along and help out? Hey, who even is this guy anyway? You guess it doesn't matter. He seems nice enough. John, bid farewell. Godspeed, heroes. You have all the faith in the world that they will be successful. As a friend leader, or sometimes known as a pal honcho, you have done an amazing job. You have come up with a plan and politely request the order to allow your team to execute it. It is all falling into place perfectly. You are quite sure you have not failed to account for even a single thing. He's thinking about Jack. Or saying, I don't know what is Jack symbol now. Garden Gnostic GT began pestering ectobiologist EB. John, I'm worried about Rose. I'm pretty sure she is on her way to look for Jack. I can't say for sure because I can't see her with my goggles anymore for some reason, but I'm fearing the worst. Just in case, you should try to intercept her before she does something stupid like try to fight him. Also, I guess you probably still don't know about your dad yet, do you? Darn, why do I always have to be the one to break terrible news? John? Oh, John, what kind of face are you making? Oh god, please don't tell me your computer was in the wallet you just gave that guy. Damn it, John. One of these days you will learn the value of having plenty of backup computers. In fact, whenever you finally leave the battlefield, I'm going to give you the code for a nice pair of lunch muffs. And then I'm going to force you to keep them on your head at all times. Yeah, no, you are never going to read this, are you? Huh? Something is happening on the other side of the planet. Something ominous. Something grimdark. You're so glad that grimdark is a real word, so that when things like this happen, they may describe it as such. Maybe your dad is over there? You believe you will investigate. John, approach grim darkness. This is really grimdark. Magnus Group AT began trolling Tentacle Therapist TT. John! You are heading into the blackout, so I won't be able to see you until you leave. But don't worry, I can still sense you are there because of awesome powers, remember? Smooth stitching your computer like that, by the way. That was some incredible leadership you showed. Not for now, I have to protect you to Rose, thus exposing me to the risk of actually having to talk to her. Your carelessness has put the heroes of light in a very awkward position, John. I hope you are satisfied. Ahaha, just kidding. She's obviously a little too preoccupied at the moment to be sassing me. Just borrow her computer and talk to me when you get the chance, okay? I will be waiting. See ya, descent. I think this will be the last thing we do today because this is one of the walkarounds. Oh, I think it will come after this. Wait. Do we have to make this in the next page? No. Go back. Now we have to watch this again, but it somehow wasn't working like it should work. So, I kinda... Let's click on the page. This is a problem because you normally control these games, the walkarounds with arrow buttons, but they also kinda control the next page, so it's really easy to tap out of them without you wanting to. We would have been better if they just used WASD controls on them. Oh, I can use these. Well then let's use them, so I don't. There's no sign of Jack up here, must be somewhere in the castle. There's no sign of Jack up here, must be somewhere in the castle. Ah, she's completely gone. I think you will say this to everyone. We'd have to walk through the castle now and search for Jack. Oh, well, Kayana is gonna be so worried. Yes. I think this is one of the most powerful walkarounds. Because you see all these corpses and Rose just not caring about them. Also, I absolutely adore the music. Yeah, it's so good. It's fantastic. More than fantastic. Here we have it again. Wind, space, light, time. When he opens this, you got a trophy. Talk to Soldier. He is too frightened to speak. He seems to be indicating that the only reason you survived this massacre was by hiding behind this pillar. Thank goodness for pillars. Examine bookshelf. Her hands are at my service, but they still shakes. I unfasten the first button at Marie Gone's waist clumsily. This is erotic fanfiction written about the queen in the first person. This doesn't belong in this library. This doesn't belong anywhere. More books. You really have better things to do than to read a lot of books written by chess guys. Books, books, books. Data structure for assholes too, now written to accommodate the shortcomings of the mentally retarded. Grimoire for summoning the zoologically W's. This is apparently on loan from the Dorset Library. It seems unlikely to be returned at this point. There, we found something. You think you know what you might find on this shelf? Just a hunch. Yep, more books. Rise of the Slayer, a horror story meant to scare children. Writers of Swift being fiction tend to write what they see in clouds, hence their fables tend to be events which simply haven't happened yet or happened in another realm. They like to use the word fiction so that kids don't get too scared. Problem Soup. You have been meaning to read this one. Absolutely required reading for any promising young seer who has blundered into entanglement with the occult through an absurd sequence of events. You got a trophy. And this was the head. You got a flaming meteor chunk. This isn't even treasure. How is this treasure? She is apparently swooning over a hero of lore shared by the two kingdoms, a great man who united opposing sides against his tyrannical king. The world ended in tragedy, of course, which is typical of their folktales, but it is no less inspiring. She is all flutter about a legendary hero, some guy who is wary of war apparently, a simple farmer, handsome and brave. You think you're beginning to fall in love with him too. He seems to be relieved that he and a handful of fellow soldiers have found a secret hideaway to escape the bloody rampage. Maybe if they regroup and marshal all their remaining forces, they can take this guy. Yeah, right. You got the banner of the villain. You suddenly feel inspired in a general rebellious, united sort of way. First he was frightened when you barged in here, and then briefly excited and now disappointed. He must have thought you were the great Dark Kingdom's defector come to save them. Alas, it was only a spooky girl with magic wands. She looks scared and confused. There's nothing left to do but hide. This fellow is mourning the dead. He has probably lost many friends today. God, there are so many books here. It is a holy parchment. Main clown, undead cat, impaled crow, omnipotent dog. These four shall be held in reverence for the eternities they serve to cut short. Oh, the sprites. You are sick of reading, better find Jack. Okay, she won't read anymore. Whoa. You have never seen anything so sad in your entire life. A beautiful muscular man stallion struck down in his prime. What monster could be responsible for this deed? Hint, it was Jack Noir. Can we transposalize? Something blocking it from the other side. We have to walk, it seems. Let's follow the bloody footsteps. Oh my god, we just saw him teleport away. Ah, there's a door. Curtain. Even more curtains. Enough with the curtains. Oh, this time it's a blue one. There's a red one behind. Okay. Green curtains, but they are already opened. So many. Oh, this one isn't open. Ah, there are the bloody footsteps again. Hello, John. Hi, Rose. Wow, I didn't expect to find you here. Oh my god, she's speaking in the Eldritch language. He, what? Also, why are you all grey like that? You look weird. Go troop, this is hard to talk. Rose, I can't understand the word you're saying. There's a lot silly speaking gobbledygook. Ah, glutes. Wait, I know what's going on here. It finally happened. You have gone Grundark. I told you, Rose, I warned you about. What did you call them? The buttfesters, Rose? It's okay, Rose. Don't worry. We'll find a cure for your stubborn Rose. But I'm still trying to find our parents. I thought my dad might have come to this castle to check out the huge black rain cloud. And you see the cloud, Rose? It's pretty awesome. What? You sound kind of upset. What is it, Rose? Hotard. Wait, are you talking about our parents? Oh man, you mean they are here? Are you saying they are in trouble? Oh no, Rose, we have to go help them. With a pillow. Yes, I'm frustrated too, but there's no time for such lamentations. Do you think you can find them again? Schreckert. Great, I can't wait to see my dad. It feels like it's been forever since I saw him. Please lead the way, Rose. So yeah, now we have to go back. All the way back. With John and tow. Transport lies. I think John will be pretty upset when he sees all the massacre and slaughter that happened here. Oh my god, this was such a long way. There are the bloody footsteps. Now in reverse. Can we now transportalize? No. You have to go the long way, I guess. Oh my god, they are now all dead. Oh no, Rose, what happened in here? Don't focus. Was it Jack? Are you saying it was Jack, Rose? Von Jung Jung Hink. What's that, Rose? Are you getting aggravated that I'm talking to you kind of like you are a dog? That is a really nice pillow, by the way. It goes well with your weird dark skin and glossy ensemble. You are welcome. The John Bonner is cut down. Just this. Oh, I get it. He couldn't cut down Jade's banner. Almost there. I think this was one of the first rooms I remember this guy which head was cut off. By the way, did you know that Karkat thinks we are supposed to get married? Got you so wobbly, yes? Wait, I hope they didn't come off with a proposal or anything. Sorry, I'm just making conversation. I guess I'm a little nervous. Because technically this is the first time we have ever met, and also you are talking like an eldritch monster, so I'm kind of babbling. You don't actually have to get married, so I mean, not if you don't want to. Hey, okay, I'll shut up now. John sleep enters, making this also more difficult. Okay, we are done. So. John sees the tooth. It's not an easy tooth. Dick was also already there. Round 1. This was a short round. Rose is losing it even more. And we are at Dave, but I will leave it for now because we went through a huge part of the comic, so I will continue this next time. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a nice day or a nice night, and I hope we will see you again next week. So see you.